beefcake and pork chop. Ironically, I do know somebody that goes by the name Pork Chop. I do. But it's nobody that I actually hang out with, though, man. I don't hang out with Pork Chop. Pork Chop's a major crackhead. Like real shit, man. It was so I'm in the security field, and years ago, man, like my boss was trying to save a buck, and so he hired this dude that was a motherfucking recovering crack addict, and yo, that motherfucker used to put us through the ringer and shit. But like there's all these crazy events happening, and I remember one day we went to go do a security system, and Pork Chop, because he wasn't Pork Chop at the time. It was Pork Chop came later on, but at the time, we're just gonna call him H. I'm just gonna say H. H was like really struggling with shit, man. And we go to do this house, and I remember we pulled up, and we're just sitting there waiting for the homeowner to show up because the homeowner didn't live here. Like he had a big house. This was just some shit he was trying to fix up and rent. But we're waiting for him to show up, and we pull up, and I'll be damned if there's two dudes like about 15 yards in front of us, and they're just pumping crack, pumping crack. And I'm just looking at Herbie like, oh my God, I know this motherfucker's drooling. Like, I've never worked with a crackhead. I've never even hung out with somebody that, was strung out on crack. You know what I'm saying? So this was like all fucking new to me. And what are the chances, yo? I've never pulled up and just been in front of some dudes hustling. And we couldn't move because we waiting for the homeowner and shit. But either way, dude gets there, shows us everything he wants done in the house, and he bounces. We go start doing the work. We working for a little bit, and the next thing you know, there was a 7-Eleven like right next door. So I tell her, yo, Leo, chill, Leo, chill. I'm not very good with the withholding names. You know what I'm saying? It must. Sorry, but anyway, H. I knew he didn't really have no money in my head. You know what I'm saying? Because he had a major problem. So I tried to look out for him, and I was running to 7-Eleven. I was like, look, man, I'm going to go get a drink. I was like, you want something? And he was like, yeah, like, give me a can of Coke. And so I was like, all right, bet. I go to the store. Like, nah, man, fuck that. I'm going to look out for him. It's hot. I got him like a 1-liter bottle. I come back, give it to him. He's like, I mean, it's not a can, but all right. And I just remember I was so thrown. I was like, who the fuck wants less? Who wants less soda? You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't know at the time that crackheads actually use the can to make into like makeshift crack pipes. And so later on I found out why he was so disappointed. You know what I'm saying? That threw me. But H would always do this thing. Herman would always do this thing where he would get over on you and lie and deceive. But then, like, a couple weeks would go by, and he would feel like, okay, now I can tell because, like, they ain't gonna get mad about it. It was weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So I could tell now. And so a couple weeks go by. Next thing you know, I'm working with this knucklehead, and he tells me that, like, while we were at that house working, I go to 7-Eleven to get drinks. Come to find out, Herbie did have $10 on him. Went and bought some crack. And then I come back from 7-Eleven. That's why he's disappointed. He didn't get a can. But I come back, and apparently while I'm working in the house, I'm working downstairs. He's upstairs smoking crack. In the house that we're putting a security system in. Like, it was when I saw dealing with that dude, just really showed me the power of that drug. You know what I'm saying? I done had this dude's mom, like, he's my age. You know what I'm saying? I done had this dude's mom call me. Now, granted, I mean, it was about 10 years ago, so I was in my mid-30s. But his mom was calling me crying and this and that, like, like asking for help with him. Like, it was insane, bro. So, yo, stay off them crazy drugs, man, for real. Them shits is whack. And I remember, like, he had, like, really did his parents wrong. And at one point, my dumb ass agreed to let him stay here for a week. Because he didn't have anywhere to go. And that's a red flag right there. When somebody has nowhere to go, don't let them stay with you. There's a reason why they have nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? You done burn all the bridges and shit, right? So I agreed to let him stay here for 1 week because Cinna and her sister were gone. They were at like a summer camp or something like that. And I just remember, like, we got to like day 3. We got to day 3, and I was at work with him, and my girl called me, and she was just like fuming, and she's like, he's gotta go. And I was like, yo, like, what the fuck? I was like, what's going on? She done went up into my daughter's room. It wasn't Cinna's room, it was her sister's. But he went up into the room, and right on the windowsill, he left his can. Just couldn't resist smoking. Like, I mean, yo, you gonna smoke crack? That's what you do. But you gonna do it in my house? Oh, my house? That's crazy. He said, Kai's on Cinna's joint? Hold on.